మీరందరూ నన్ను క్షమించాలి, ఎందుకంటే నా ప్రసంగం ఇప్పుడు ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ కొంతమంది కార్యకర్తలు నాయకులు కూడా వచ్చారు, వాళ్ళతో సెపరేట్గా సమావేశం ఉంటుంది కనుక అక్కడ తెలుగులో మాడతా. ఇక్కడ దేశవ్యాప్తంగా అనేక మంది పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలు వచ్చారు. సో వాళ్ళందరికీ ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రంలో ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి ప్రభుత్వం ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్ర యువత కోసం మనము ఏం ఆలోచిస్తున్నాం అనేది స్పష్టంగా వాళ్ళు తెలియజేయడానికి నా ప్రసంగం ఇంగ్లీష్లో చేస్తాం జరుగుతుంది. గిరీష్ తాంటి గారు, co-founder and vice chairman of Suzlon Group, Honorable Minister of Finance Payala Keshav Garu, Honorable Member of Parliament Ambika Lakshminarayan Garu, Honorable MLA Kalva Srinivas Garu, Honorable MLA Surendra Babu Garu, Honorable MLA Prasad Garu, Jilla Collector Anand Garu, Ajay Kapoor, CEO of Suzlon Group, senior representatives of Suzlon, industry leaders, government officials, my dear friends, a very warm good evening. It is a pleasure for me to be here in Anantapur and to lay foundation to the next phase of growth in our renewable energy journey. Because it is not merely about a project. For us, this is a statement of confidence from the entire renewable energy ecosystem that yes, Andhra Pradesh is back, Andhra Pradesh is ready, Andhra Pradesh will be number one in renewable energy sector. This belief matters a lot for us. As all of you know, between 2019 and 2024, as my colleague just shared, in 5 years, only 6 megawatts of renewable energy capacity was added. Our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has a bold vision. He wants India to be self-reliant in energy, all forms of energy. And I believe that renewable energy will play a very, very important role. And this confidence, this vote of confidence from Girish Bhai is very, very important for Andhra Pradesh and for India to take forward this journey. Today is also about renewing our relationship with Suzlon. Suzlon as a company trusted Andhra Pradesh way back in 2014. One meeting between the leadership of Suzlon and our Chief Minister triggered an investment into manufacturing in the great state of Andhra Pradesh. Today, when we talk about Suzlon, it is important to talk about a legend in the entire wind ecosystem. That is none other than the late Tulsi Tanti Garu. He believed in renewable energy before even India understood renewable energy. He believed that we don't need to depend on Germany or Europe to create self-reliance in wind energy. That bold vision created Suzlon. That bold vision has ensured that we can engineer world-class windmills here in India and we can manufacture them in the great state of Andhra Pradesh. It is his vision that we are taking forward today. Anantapur facility, which was inaugurated in 2016, has a capacity of 1.2 gigawatt and creates direct and indirect employment of close to 2,000 jobs, and 70% of them are from the district of Anantapur. This for me is very, very exciting. It's not merely an investment into a district. It is about bringing manufacturing into a district. It is about bringing the entire ecosystem into the district. And it is important that we provide jobs to the youth of Anantapuram district. Suzlon is a company that put India on the global wind energy map. But Suzlon as a company has also had an amazing highs and amazing lows. But what really drives this company is the resilience with which they have bounced back. And when I look back, it's important to understand the culture of the company. It is important to understand what makes Suzlon so great. It is the commitment that they make to the farmers. Once a commitment made, they stand by that commitment. through thick and thin, they ensured that they've honored their commitment to the farmers. And that is the culture that Tulsi Tanti garu has built into this great company, Suzlon. You know, you can restructure your balance sheets. You can overcome your difficulties. But what is important is that trust once lost cannot be rebuilt with that ease. As a company, Suzlon has not lost the trust of the farmers, not lost the trust of the people of Andhra Pradesh. And that is why this relationship has ignited all over again. And we are really excited that Girish Bhai has again doubled down on Andhra Pradesh and said, yes, I will make Andhra Pradesh the #1 state in renewable energy. And I'd like to thank him on behalf of the people of Andhra Pradesh for believing in us. If you look at it, in the last 1 year, Andhra Pradesh has made substantive strides. We were the 4th largest addition to renewable energy. For my chief minister, that is not good. I tried to explain to him that between 19 to 24, only 6 megawatts was added. And in 1 year, we added close to about 4.2 gigawatts of renewable energy. But he was very disappointed in all of us. He said Andhra Pradesh should be #1. And that will be the defining moment for us. So for me, Girish Bhai, we need to double down. We need to work together. And for me, Andhra Pradesh has to be #1. I know I'm competing with Rajasthan. I know I'm competing with Gujarat, where there is plenty of land. But look in front of you, there are farmers here. Farmers who understand the power of renewable energy. Farmers who understand the importance of renewable energy. Farmers who understand that renewable energy can create a livelihood for them, for their children. And if you notice, as a district, Anantapuram district, people are very humble, people are very docile, they're very welcoming, and they do not believe that legal litigation is the way forward. They believe that we can sit across the table, resolve our issues. So I would request you to double down on Anantapur and make this your hub and ensure that Andhra Pradesh becomes #1 in renewable energy every year. Girish Bhai, you know, speed of doing business is our hallmark. This idea of speed was given to me by Chandra from Tata Sons. I had an opportunity to drive back with Chandra ji to the airport. As soon as the government changed, he came visiting our chief minister. And our chief minister has a nice way of coaxing people to volunteering their time for the state. So he was coaxed into being the vice chairman to lead the entire economic revolution of the state. And I had the fortune to drive him back. And I asked him, sir, what is your single advice you can give to me for Andhra Pradesh to bounce back? And he said, speed, speed, and only speed. He said, today investments have become thousands of crores, multi-billion dollars. Even a week delay, even a month delay throws the entire business plan out of whack. So it is very important that the state delivers on the promise of speed. State delivers to the entrepreneurs, to all the way up to the big business houses. And that is how the speed of doing business really came about. You know, today the projects that we are undertaking are twofold. One is to add 1.3 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity. And in addition to that, is to also further invest in Uruvakonda to expand the entire production facility of the blades. And I'd like to thank Girish Bhai for his vote of confidence and for his belief in Andhra Pradesh. And both these investments to put together will create direct and indirect jobs of 4,000. And that for me means a lot in the great state of Andhra Pradesh. As Suzlon, as I've said, they've already doubled down on Andhra Pradesh. But what makes it even more exciting is the skill development. You know, I have two hats. One is the India hat, the other is the Bharat hat. My India hat is to attract investment. My Bharat hat is education. And I believe that skills play a very, very important role. While I was interacting with him today, I met two young individuals. I think they're here in the audience, Naresh and Dilip, who are from our state, who are from the two exact opposites of the state. And both of them are working in Andhra Pradesh and working in Suzlon, working in the projects department to ensure that all these projects get executed. Today I had an opportunity to meet the young kids who got trained in Suzlon's Skill Development Center. When I first met the leadership of Suzlon, we asked them to adopt our ITIs. And these ITIs together, we said, you give the curriculum, you give the infrastructure, we will train and you absorb them. What is really exciting to hear is close to 40% of the workforce that is coming from Andhra Pradesh are actually women. That is a very, very powerful contribution that Suzlon is doing to society. So we believe that the entire energy revolution is here, and creating jobs is going to be very, very important. One thing that all of us also should accept is that wind, solar, battery energy storage system and pump storage hydros are going to work together. Because solar will support us during the day when we're in the office. But then when you go back home, the wind needs to kick in. The battery energy storage need to kick in. The entire pump storage projects have to fire up. Because Andhra Pradesh never sleeps. If you look at it year on year, in the last 1 year, the energy demand has gone up by 17%. And this is the only state where we've seen that kind of energy growth. That means more investments have to be made. All of you have heard that Andhra Pradesh is attracting investments across board, ranging from shipbuilding to green molecules to data centers. We are attracting every investment possible. In fact, it is not far from here in Puttaparthi that India is going to manufacture their fighter jets. And if you go down to Nellore, that is exactly where Royal Enfield is putting up their manufacturing facility. LG, Daikin, Blue Star are expanding their entire air conditioning facilities. So we are expanding across sectors, and energy is of course going to be a very, very important growth driver. And not only that, low cost of energy is going to be very, very critical. And that is what I believe that Andhra Pradesh can deliver on. So when I look at this, when I discuss with my team, I believe that energy can be tokenized. And green molecules can actually be created in India. Today, if you look at it, the major challenge for our rupee is because we import a lot of oil. I believe that substitution should start. And that is where green hydrogen, green molecules will play a very, very important role. And as a state, we believe that Andhra Pradesh can be the Saudi Arabia of clean energy. And we can contribute to this, not only to Andhra Pradesh, not only to India, but to the entire world. That is the bold vision my Chief Minister has. And as all of you know, he's truly a visionary. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't let any one of us sleep. So that is the drive that he has. And I believe that all of us together, all the powerhouses here, I see Tatas, I see Wari, I see Access, and of course, there's Suzlon on the dais. All of you together can create this ecosystem. And I look forward to working with all of you. I offered to Girish Bhai that we'll create an advisory board to bring all the titans of the industries to come together, meet on a monthly basis in Andhra Pradesh, give your advice, thrash out any issues in the state, and I'll ensure that the energy secretary will be there. We'll also work on getting the secretary in the Chief Minister's office, who's responsible for the energy department, to also be part of that workforce, so that we can ensure that whatever issues that you have in the field can actually be resolved, and we can deliver on this promise of being number one in renewable energy. As all of you know, we are creating 22 clusters. We have a drone cluster. We have a space cluster. We have a cement cluster. We have a steel cluster. We have a medical devices manufacturing cluster, pharma cluster, ingot wafer manufacturing cluster, air conditioning cluster. Like this, 22 clusters are getting built. And what do I mean by cluster? It's about bringing all the verticals that create the entire manufacturing ecosystem. So let's take shipbuilding as a great example. It takes 360 companies. 360 companies to build a ship. Starting from fire extinguishing, to navigational aids, to lighting, to of course shipbuilding. The entire ecosystem is very, very important. That's what I call the verticals. And horizontal is where my department again comes in, education, where we believe that research ties in very closely. So we are looking at building research capacities across 22 clusters. We are looking at building certification capacities across 22 clusters. And we are also looking forward to actually creating world-class products which are being researched from India and Andhra Pradesh. A great example of that is what we are trying to do in energy. We have IIT Tirupati, and in IIT Tirupati we are creating a center of excellence for energy, where solar, wind, battery energy storage, pump storage, hydro projects and green molecules research will actually happen there. So we believe that energy in isolation, it merely cannot be wind, it merely cannot be solar. I believe that a combined overview is required, a combined research is required, and that is the vision with which we are approaching this subject. And this is the only way we can create jobs and we can sustain it. Because beyond incentives, beyond the PLI scheme, if the robust ecosystem doesn't get created in India, we will not be able to thrive. And I believe Andhra Pradesh has a very strong position across these 22 clusters. And I'll give you an example of how we work. Now today everyone is celebrating Skyroot. Skyroot is India's first space company which has launched in the first attempt a satellite. Today everyone is celebrating. But we as a state bet on Skyroot 6 months back. It was our finance minister Keshavji who was there in the cabinet, and he can vouch, where I fought for them. We gave them 300 acres at 5 lakh rupees an acre. 5 lakh rupees an acre because we believed in them. We believed in the leadership. And we believe that they will be a catalyst in our space city. And today we are proud to say that Skyroot is going to build their entire launch vehicle in Andhra Pradesh and launch it from Sriharikota. And that is the kind of ecosystem we are doing. And this is not in isolation. We are supporting companies in eVTOLs. We are supporting companies in defense. And we are supporting companies in the entire fighter jet ecosystem. You know, Andhra Pradesh is willing to bet on young entrepreneurs. Is willing to bet on young Indians and support them all the way. And that is what I believe is really required. And in Andhra Pradesh, we don't believe in MOUs. Because I believe it is merely a paper and ink. We believe in grounding the projects, we believe in speed of doing business, and we believe in creating jobs for the farmers who have given their land for these projects. If you look at it, the entire ArcelorMittal project is a greenfield steel plant that is getting built up in Anakapalli. 3,000 acres were given by the farmers. No MOU done. No MOU. And work is going on. Touchwood, by 2029, commercial production will start from that facility. So that is the vision with which we are working. And I believe that with industry titans here, we can build a deep, meaningful, sustainable partnership. I would love to institutionalize this partnership. I believe that individuals are not permanent, but institutions are permanent. Today we are talking about Tulsi Tanti ji because he has brought that ethos into Suzlon. And he has institutionalized his ethos. So I believe this is what is required in the entire renewable energy sector of Andhra Pradesh. So I look forward to working with the industry titans, and I believe that together we can make Andhra Pradesh number one, and in the entire process make India number one. We can make our Chief Minister Shri Chandrababu Naidu garu proud, and of course our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji proud, because both of them have one single ambition, which is to create a developed India by 2047. And that is only possible when states like Andhra Pradesh fire and the entire southern states and the northern states come together, share the best practices, fire together. And I believe it is our responsibility to make sure that the young people of Andhra Pradesh are ready for these opportunities. So I look forward to working with all of you together. Today, my Honorable MLA in Telugu has had one request, and my Honorable Member of Parliament has also had one request in Telugu. So I'll put it out here to the entire industry. The ask was that the constituency in the entire region still needs to develop. So his request was, I'm sure that all of you have CSR funds. He has requested that you deploy that CSR funds in this region so that the farmers sitting in front of us and the great people who have given their land and the entire ecosystem can develop. The second request from my Member of Parliament, and I believe that it is a very important point. PM Setu is a very, very bold vision. 60,000 crores have been earmarked to modernize our ITIs, and this entire initiative should be led by the industry. I'm also very proud to say that the first PM Setu project is actually happening in Andhra Pradesh. And it is with ArcelorMittal, where we are building, they have adopted an ITI and they're building the entire ecosystem here. So we have the blueprint. It is ready. It is proven. Number one, Andhra koi aaya hai. Number two, bhi Andhra koi laayenge. But I need the support of the industry. I need the support of the renewable energy industry. So, Girish bhai, I'll reach out to you. This was the request because I believe creating talent and creating that pipeline of talent is very, very important. You know, it's fascinating to see young girls with a smile saying, yes, I am maintaining the hub. I just love that energy. And the first job is the job we will always remember in our life. I still remember my first job. I will always remember it for the rest of my life because that is the day we get the independence from our parents. That is the day we buy something and take it back to our mother and father and say, hey, my first salary, this is my gift to you. The sense of pride is what is very, very important. That's where the ITIs play a very, very important role. And if you look at Germany, vocational is a very big part of Germany. That is why the small and medium enterprises are doing exceptionally well. So that was the request by my honorable member of parliament. So there are two great leaders. My MLA, the reason I got delayed is because of him. I'll blame him for it. Otherwise, I'm always on time. The kind of reception is given to me, and I think I have left a small part of my skin back there. So the kind of reception he gave to me clearly shows that there's a demand from the people to support here, and we should of course support his leadership. So Girish bhai, I look forward to working together in the CSR and the PM Setu project. So thank you very much for coming all the way. My sincere apologies for starting this program 2 hours late. I'm generally never late, but this time around I'll blame my humble MLA for delaying me here. He said there'll be a warm welcome. It was a very, very, very warm welcome. So my leaders, the public of the constituency showed up in big numbers to welcome me because this is the first time I'm visiting after this government came into power. So my sincere apologies for being late, but I look forward to working with the industry. Let's make Andhra Pradesh number one. And this is the single agenda and the single thought with which I would love to take leave. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. And Jai Hind, Jai Telugu Talli.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. On that note, a quick vote of thanks. I request Mr. Naresh Kotta, Chief Project Officer, South Suzlon, to propose the vote of thanks.
హలో అందరికీ నమస్కారం. గౌరవనీయులైన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ఐటీ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ మరియు విద్యాశాఖ మంత్రి వర్యులు శ్రీ నారా లోకేష్ గారికి, వేదికను అలంకరించిన విశిష్ట అతిథులకు మరియు ఇండస్ట్రీ పెద్దలకు, సభాసదులందరికీ, ఇంధన రంగ నిపుణులకు నా నమస్కారం. అనంతపూర్ జిల్లా పరిధిలో అత్యంత ప్రతిష్టాత్మకంగా మేడుతున్న ఈ 1300 మెగావాట్ల భారీ భవన విద్యుత్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ప్రారంభోత్సవ శంకుస్థాపనకు ఓట్ ఆఫ్ థ్యాంక్ ఆపర్చునిటీకి ఇట్ ఈస్ నా ప్రివిలేజ్. ఓకే, ముఖ్య అతిథి శ్రీ నారా లోకేష్ గారికి ధన్యవాదములు సార్. మా ఆహ్వానాన్ని మన్నించి మీరిచ్చిన ఐడియాస్ మీ యొక్క విజన్ ఫర్ గ్రీన్ హబ్, క్రియేటింగ్ ఏ గ్రీన్ హబ్, అలాగే రాయలసీమ ప్రాంత పారిశ్రామిక ప్రగతి, నిరుద్యోగ యువత ఉపాధి కల్పనకు మీకున్న సంకల్పం మాలో స్ఫూర్తిని నింపింది సార్. వీల్ వర్క్ టువర్డ్స్ దాట్ సార్. ఇన్ అడిషన్ సార్, ఆల్ ద ఇండస్ట్రీ పార్ట్నర్స్, టాటా, వారి, యాక్సిస్ అండ్ ఆల్ అవర్ వెండర్స్ who are all here for your support, for believing in us, for building this 1300 megawatt. In addition to that, మా యొక్క ఇంజనీర్స్, కార్మికులకు, అలాగే ప్రతి ఒక్క ఫార్మర్కి మా ధన్యవాదములు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. జై హింద్, జై ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్.
అంతం దయచేసి అందరినీ లేచి నిలబడవలసిందిగా మనవి చేస్తున్నాం. నేషనల్ యాంథమ్ ప్లీజ్.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा उत्तर बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे नायक भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे